This is Charlie Parsons for Boxing Social in association with Forged Irish Stout, freebets.com and Empire Fight Store. Delighted to be joined here. The General, Joshua Ngannou. How are we, geese?
I'm doing very well, thank you. Obviously flown back from Quebec today. Little gym sesh. And then a little cheeky small occasion up here with Joshua against Ngannou, and the little matter being confirmed of almost like a semi-final to undisputed, and that's really made me feel great, because this fight, Ngannou had everything to gain, and what were we doing? We're in a massive, big financial fight, exciting fight for the fans, but now, as I said to AJ just before the head-to-head, 2 fights from undisputed. You knock this guy out, then you fight the winner of Fury Usyk, and we've done it all, and that's what I believe we're going to do.
So can I pick up on that? Because obviously we know that Fury Usyk was meant to be the 2-fight deal. I spoke to Frank Warren just now, and he said a little bit more to come. Is there a chance that this 2-fight deal could be, just on your side of stuff?
I'm sure there is, but you have to understand how His Excellency works, which is basically delivering for fight fans. And there isn't a fight fan in the world who wouldn't want sort your lights out, mate. It's like working with an amateur, to be honest with you. Like, you're there fiddling with the light. I can't even take you seriously. You're dealing with a guy in His Excellency that just really wants to deliver for fight fans. And if AJ knocks out Ngannou and Fury beats Usyk, there ain't a fight fan in the world that won't be saying, give it to us for undisputed. So that's what we want, and that's what I believe is going to happen. I truly believe AJ will become undisputed world champion.
So much talk about maybe the belts being fragmented. You believe that sort of Fury Usyk, they will all stay together?
There's a lot that needs to happen. He's the man to make it happen, and I wouldn't bet against him. So we shall see.
Was there any previous conversation before you and Frank did a little handshake? He stood just behind us and called on you 5v5, Queensbury versus Matchroom. Very exciting. Are you on the spot? Straight over, handshake. Warren's loving it. Everyone's loving it.
We talked about this in Riyadh. I think Turkey saw the noise about me and Frank together, like at the press conference, and he was like, what we should do is you v you, your best team against your best team. And I said, let's have you get paid, plus there's a win bonus for the team, so you could lose in the first fight, but you're supporting the team because you know that there could be a bonus at the end of it, and it's a massive opportunity for our fighters. And there's we probably need more like 10 fights, to be honest with you, than 5 fights. But there's so many great fights at so many different levels. There's British title fights, there's world championship fights, there's the biggest fights in the sport. And, I think that Matchroom Queensbury or Queensbury Matchroom, whatever you want to call it, is going to be massive. I really do. There's probably a reality TV series to spin off. There's all kinds, and we look forward to making it happen.
I said to you a year ago today that you'd be in this position, posing on the cheeky red carpet, in between His Excellency with Frank, now up there doing handshakes, talking 5v5s, potentially 10v10s. Would you believe it? It's just come from mad.
But if I would have said to you a year ago, would you be standing in front of Eduardino doing interviews on the big...
I was doing that a year ago.
Not really, yeah, but you weren't really. Your profile was much smaller than it is now. So this is the whole point in life. You need to have those moments where you go, who would have thought I'd be doing this? And that means that you've smashed it. So this is just an evolvement of time where we've done what we've done in Britain with Matchroom and Queensbury. We've had that rivalry. It's actually been good for British boxing in a way, because we've both pushed so hard. Now it's time to work together to take the sport to another level. And like I said, Matchroom v Queensbury, Queensbury v Matchroom. We've got to pick our brains, get these fights together. I already know there's 5 or 6 of them I can just reel off like that, and there's great fights, so let's make it happen.
Just lastly on this fight, Knockout Chaos, it's been branded. How does this fight go? I know that you had a little laugh with Ariel and said, come on now. Yeah. There is no way that AJ loses to this man. What going into it now, you've seen him face to face, what do you think?
Yeah, look, he's massive. He's dangerous. But I stand by. I don't believe you can just stroll into the sport and start beating these guys. We know in the heavyweight division that power means a lot, and there are, moments that are going to be very dangerous in this fight. But I believe Anthony Joshua wins the fight by knockout.
Tyson Fury versus Oleksandr Usyk. Now, some may be thinking that the General's going to Mexico, but he may have an involvement in Riyadh, because we're hearing that Joe Cordina versus Kakachi nearly done, not quite signed, but one that I believe is signed is Jai Opetaia versus Mairis Briedis. Buzzing to get those two under the line.
Yeah, I mean, we're still working on Joe's fight, but the other fight, Opetaia against Briedis, what a fight. I mean, the first fight was incredible. This gives Jai an opportunity to win that belt back, which we feel like he should have had anyway, but we are where we are, and he's been so active, but that's a huge fight for February 17th, and I may have gone to that fight anyway because it's a massive fight for boxing, but I'll definitely be there now, and with a couple of slots on the card as well.
Just a brief run through, we've seen the undercard announced for this. Nick Ball steps up and fights for the world title, and we see Zhilei Zhang and Joseph Parker in for the interim title. And then obviously Roman Fury, I think Zizo Al-Mayouf is back on the card, the young Saudi. So, that was a bit random.
Yeah, not really. I mean, Justice is top 15 in the world. These guys love heavyweights. We wanted to give him a slot to break into this mix. We believe that he's one of the top heavyweights in the world. So, yeah, we're looking forward to a couple of slots on that card as well, and obviously the main event and another amazing night of boxing.
Little De La Hoya jibe on there. What did you make of that?
Ice cold.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it?
We will miss him.
Do you reiterate it?
Look, I mean, before Fury against Ngannou, obviously I dismissed that fight, and I don't think I was flavour of the month. My involvement in this project is something that I take very seriously, and I think has just so much potential for the sport of boxing. So I'm very pleased to be on this side of the fence.
We believe that you are in a court dispute with Boxer regarding Joshua Boatsi's contract. When has this come about? Are you able to what are you able to tell us?
I mean, you saw the article, and obviously with Joshua Boatsi and Sky and Boxer, we had a similar situation with Lawrence Okoli, and obviously that was settled, and we have to make sure that our contracts are respected, and that's all I'll say on the matter.
The other thing on the topic of Boxer, we saw an article come out about Mazhar Majeed, who's been jailed regarding cricket fixing Pakistan, and I believe a couple of England games involved in that as well. Apparently he was the one who delivered Boxer to Sky Sports as a promoter. What sort of impact could this have on the sport?
I don't know. I mean, not really my business. We don't work with Mazhar Majeed. Obviously he works with Boxer and Sky and a number of their fighters. Nothing to do with us, so we crack on.
Moving forward, there's been a little bit of criticism as to the UK schedule online, but doesn't mean that it can't. I think last year was a little bit of a slow burner and then kicked in quickly. Obviously, things going on in Saudi Arabia. Any response to that?
No, I mean, we've only announced 2 shows. Yeah. Like, one's Jan 27, which is a good show in Belfast, and one's a next gen. So obviously, we're working to make sure that we can deliver a number of big fights for the UK. It's part of, a big part of our business, and we've got to make sure that we continue to stage big shows here, and obviously that's what DAZN want as well.
Just caught up with Leigh just there, and he said Matchroom have done everything they can to make Nottingham Forest happen for May 18th, and now it's on the club. Yeah. Just on your side of stuff, he said if it's not Nottingham, if it's not the City Ground, then he doesn't want to fight Josh Warrington. Where are we at with that?
Yeah, I mean, it's what we want. It's what we said we'd deliver, and we can't make the club move forward, but the club want to move forward. I mean, it's not like they don't want to do it, but it's got to work for them logistically, financially as well, and we're doing everything we can for May the 18th.
Taylor Catterall, any advancements on that? We get a cheeky phone call.
I don't know why that's ringing. I'll never have it on ring. It's weird. Say that again.
Taylor Catterall, any advancements?
Yeah, we spoke to Top Rank. They want to make the fight. We want to make the fight. We'll see what happens.
Taylor Cameron too.
Yeah,
3.
Yeah, same. Want to make the fight. Love to take it outdoors in Ireland, and a lot of talks ongoing.
Just lastly, Beterbiev Smith, obviously all the stuff about the atypical finding, and there's obviously been a little bit of talk online and everything. You told me on the Saturday that you had some evidence presented to you, but not all of it. Where do you go from here? And there's still a little bit of
no evidence, but this is not an accusation to Artur Beterbiev. This is just, we feel like we deserve information and confirmation from VADA, which wasn't forthcoming, but it's over now. It's important to say it wasn't a fail, it wasn't an adverse finding, but when there's elevated levels of those substances, you can't blame us for asking questions. That's all.
Just lastly, Chief Blagger strikes again. We're off to see Ed Sheeran in Dubai this weekend.
I mention it because I didn't know if it was top secret, but should have known better. I mean, you are just one of the greatest ponces of all time. Freebies everywhere, and another one this weekend.
Message for Ed, the GOAT.
Ed, we'll see you at a boxing show soon. One of the top boys. One of my favourite people in the world. Get up there, Ed Sheeran.
Get up there. Eddie Hearn, thank you very much.
We need to think of a new advert for freebets.com.
Get your best betting offers from freebets.com.
Yeah, that'll do.
The following deals are now live.